We acknowledge that the lands on which we are hosting this meeting include the traditional territories of many nations. Le CMFC reconnaît que les nombreuses injustices subies par les populations autochtones de ce que nous appelons maintenant le Canada continuent d'avoir un impact sur leur santé et bien-être. The CFPC respects that Indigenous people have rich cultural and traditional practices that have been known to improve health outcomes. I invite everyone to reflect on the territories you're calling in from as we commit ourselves to gaining knowledge, forging a new culturally safe relationship, and contributing to reconciliation. J'invite tous les participants à songer au territoire où vous vous trouvez présentement, alors que nous nous engageons à acquérir des connaissances, à forger une nouvelle relation culturellement sécuritaire et à contribuer à la réconciliation. Good evening, everyone. Bienvenue à tous. Tonight, we gather together to celebrate all of you in your work as clinicians, teachers, mentors, and researchers. In the face of the challenges of the past year, you are truly the foundation of our health system and inspiring change makers. It is time to celebrate. Nous sommes ici ce soir pour célébrer chacun de vous et le travail que vous faites en tant que cliniciens, enseignants, mentors et chercheurs. Face aux défis de la dernière année, vous êtes la véritable fondation sur laquelle repose notre système de soins de santé. Vous êtes des agents de changement et une source d'inspiration. Avant de commencer notre programme de ce soir, je veux prendre quelques moments pour reconnaître le leadership de certains membres du CA. First, a big thank you to Dr. Kathy Chervin for serving with gusto as CFPC president over the past year. Kathy, I'll always remember your methodical approach to issues and your great chairing abilities as chair of the board. This year also marks the end of the term of Dr. Shelley Ross's tenure on the CFPC board as past president. Shirley, you're always able to put yourself in the place of members who may not have an established relationship with us. Your reflections helped us to adjust some of our statements and advocacy pieces. And of course, we could count on you to relay social media traffic about the CFPC. On behalf of the college and the FAFM, I thank both Dr. Chervin and Dr. Schipper for their service. I also would like to thank two other board directors for their contribution to our board and to the organization. Dr. John Maxted has brought wisdom and extensive knowledge to the board discussions. He drew on his roots as a comprehensive family physician, his active involvement with learners and faculty members, as well as his understanding of health policy and government relations. When John talked, we all listened. A sincere thank you to John for his substantial contributions to the college. Finally, I'd like to thank Dr. Alan Katz for his service as a CFPC board director, as well as his contribution to the CFPC over many years, particularly to the work of the section of researchers. I will always remember Alan for his capacity to ask very good questions. A sincere thank you to Alan. Il me fait maintenant grand plaisir d'introduire notre nouveau président du CMFC, le Dr. Brady Bouchard. Brady?
Merci, Francine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Awards Gala. I'm honored to be the president of the College of Family Physicians of Canada for the coming year. And I am delighted to be here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of our colleagues and friends across the country at the Award Gala hosted by the Foundation for Advancing Family Medicine. Family physicians are at the center of Canada's healthcare system and continue to be at the center of Canada's pandemic response. We innovate and collaborate to ensure our patients continue to receive compassionate, safe, and timely medical care. We apply our competencies as generalists to support the provision of care at many levels of the healthcare system. The pandemic has challenged us in ways we could not have foreseen, and I thank you for your focus and commitment. I'm optimistic that we'll be coming through the other side stronger than ever. The lessons learned during this time will help us collectively work towards a more equitable and accessible healthcare system for everyone in Canada. As we prepare to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of our peers, I invite you also to celebrate the legacy of the colleagues we have lost over the past year. It was with a heavy heart that I learned of the passing of Dr. David Gass in the spring, and a few weeks ago, the death of Dr. Brian Hodges. These colleagues were true leaders in family medicine. They taught and mentored so many of us and passed along their vision for better patient care. We remember them tonight and celebrate their contributions to family medicine. Tonight's celebration would not be possible without the work of the Foundation for Advancing Family Medicine, which connects the strategic priorities of the college with philanthropic resources to advance family medicine. Nos célébrations sont rendues possibles grâce au travail de la Fondation pour l'avancement de la médecine familiale. Thank you to the Foundation and to the generosity of CFPC members, volunteers, community supporters, and charitable and corporate partners for your support. A special thank you to TD Insurance and Scotiabank and MD Financial Management as long-standing partners of the FAFM's Honors and Awards program. Thank you all so much. I am now pleased to introduce the Chair of the Foundation Board, Dr. Jeanette Boyd.
Be here with you tonight on behalf of the Foundation for Advancing Family Medicine. The FAFM seeks our shared vision for equitable access to the continuity of care for all. We leverage philanthropic support to advance family medicine and to amplify the voice of family physicians and CFPC members to donors, foundations, corporations, and to the public, including our patient communities. Over the past 2 years, the Foundation has taken a more prominent role in expanding the CFPC's capacity to fund initiatives responding to emerging needs. Through strategic partnerships and generous charitable contributions, we pursued a number of innovative programs in 2020 and 2021. These include fundraising for the investigative phase for a research entity in our college, the establishment of 2 new fellowships, as well as the COVID-19 Pandemic Response and Impact Grant, also known as CORIG. A $5 million donation from the CMA Foundation made CORIG possible. And these exciting innovations are helping family medicine respond to critical issues during the pandemic, such as care for high-risk and vulnerable populations, and for people with mental health issues, practice enhancements, and data system integration. Every year through our Honors and Awards program, the FAFM also provides nearly $500,000 to support awards, grants, and honors. In the last 4 years, more than 700 family physicians, residents, and medical students have been supported or recognized. Tonight, we are thrilled to join you in celebrating 20 exceptional individuals at different stages of their careers, all of whom are making meaningful contributions to the health and well-being of their communities and dedicating themselves as educators and mentors of future generations of family doctors. But first, we have a request of you. The FAFM is more committed than ever to ensuring the future of family medicine is both vibrant and sustainable. With your help, we fund programs and projects in family medicine and are able to recognize achievements of clinicians, teachers, researchers, family medicine residents, and medical students. Tonight, we kick off our annual end-of-year fundraising campaign. This will continue to raise funds until December 31st. Your contributions to the FAFM campaign will sustain the work we started in 2020 to stimulate innovation in family medicine and meet the needs of family physicians across Canada through research and education initiatives. Our goal through the campaign is to raise $100,000 to match the amount raised last year with your generosity. Please consider making a gift tonight. Over the last week, the campaign has already raised $54,000 towards the $100,000 goal. We have made it easy for you to donate on FAFM's secure donation page, and the link is posted in the chat. We thank those of you who have already made a gift towards this annual giving campaign, and those of you who will contribute tonight. Every dollar that you contribute to the Foundation has a meaningful and lasting impact on the advancement of family medicine in Canada. I invite all of you to join us. Merci beaucoup. And now, the College of Family Physicians of Canada's newly installed president, Dr. Brady Bouchard, will introduce the first award recipient of the evening.
Thank you, Jeanette, and thanks to all of you for supporting the foundation. It is my pleasure to kick off the awards with the TD Insurance Spotlight on Achievement Award. This award recognizes an outstanding national or international figure who has contributed significantly to medicine, family medicine, and/or the health and well-being of the population in Canada and/or around the world. We are very pleased to announce Dr. Brian Hodges as a recipient of the 2021 TD Insurance Spotlight on Achievement Award. Dr. Hodges is a seasoned healthcare executive, teacher, research scientist, author, and a practicing physician. He is known for his passion for improving the Canadian healthcare and education systems and a thought leader on the future of healthcare and education. He is an advocate for balancing emerging strategies on how to integrate current and future AI technologies into family medicine and teaching effectively. We are thrilled that he is part of Family Medicine Forum as a keynote speaker. Félicitations, Dr. Hodges.
Thank you, Brady and Jeanette, and thanks to all of you for supporting the foundation. It is my pleasure to present the recipients of the Early Career Development Awards. Sponsored by TD Insurance, these awards recognize up-and-coming leaders who are demonstrating inspiring progress and leadership in their first 5 years of practice. Please join me in congratulating our two recipients this evening. Félicitons ensemble nos deux récipiendaires. Dr. Clark Zverchak is a part of the clinical team at the South Health Campus Academic Teaching Clinic in Calgary, where he works with a dynamic multidisciplinary team. In 2017, Dr. Zverchak began serving as a clinical lecturer at the University of Calgary and is the course co-chair for medical students' first clinical experience in family medicine. He obtained a Master of Engineering before shifting his focus to medicine. He completed a medical degree at the University of Alberta and his family medicine residency at the University of Calgary. Dr. Navid Zahidi-Niaki is part of the clinical team at Clinique Médicale L'Actuelle and McGill's Chronic Viral Illness Service at the Royal Victoria Hospital in Montreal. His teaching and research focus is on chronic viral illnesses. In 2020, Dr. Zahidi-Niaki became assistant professor in the Department of Family Medicine at McGill University. He has said that providing long-term and comprehensive care for his patients is what he finds most fulfilling in his career. He obtained his medical degree and completed his family medicine residency at the University of Montreal.
Congratulations. I would like to thank TD Insurance for their long-standing and generous support of the Early Career Development Award. TD Insurance is also supporting our next award. The CFPC Environmental Health Award is presented to a family physician who has demonstrated leadership in environmental health, both within the profession and the wider community. We are very pleased to present the 2021 Environmental Health Award to Dr. Sonia Wicklum. Félicitations. Dr. Sonia Wicklum is a family physician at the Central Family Medicine Teaching Clinic in downtown Calgary. She is also a clinical assistant professor and family medicine clerkship director in the Department of Family Medicine at the University of Calgary. Dr. Wicklum has dedicated her career to supporting, promoting, and advocating for women's health. In 2015, she co-founded what is now called Mekoyo Sokoi, the Wolf Trail Program. This is a community-based program for Indigenous women that bridges biomedical Western and traditional healing. Dr. Wicklum received her medical degree from the University of Calgary and trained in family medicine at Dalhousie University. Each year, the recipient of the CFPC's Environmental Health Award is also presented with the Nicole Brunsma Award for Environmental Leadership by the Canadian Association of Physicians for the Environment and the Canadian Health and Environment Education and Research Foundation in memory of Dr. Brunsma. Congratulations again to Dr. Sonia Wicklum as the recipient of the Nicole Brunsma Award for Environmental Leadership. I would like to thank TD Insurance for their support of the TD Spotlight, Early Career, and Environmental Awards. I invite you now to watch a brief congratulatory message from Anna Kavanaugh, Vice President of the Affinity Market Group with TD Insurance.
On behalf of TD Insurance, we're proud to sponsor these awards provided by the Foundation of Advancing Family Medicine, which support members of the College of Family Physicians of Canada. TD Insurance has supported the College of Family Physicians of Canada for over 15 years, and I am delighted to join you at this year's Family Medicine Forum. It is an honor to celebrate the tremendous accomplishments and contributions of Canada's family physicians. Throughout the pandemic, Canadians have relied on our family physicians as an integral source of support and care during a very challenging time in our lives, and I know this to be true for my family and for my colleagues and team at TD Insurance. We are truly grateful for your care and for the sacrifices many of you have made throughout the pandemic. At TD, we're proud to support individuals, organizations, and initiatives that nurture progress and contribute to making the world a better place, a more inclusive place. And this forms the foundation of the READY Commitment, which is TD's corporate citizenship platform dedicated to helping open doors for a more inclusive tomorrow. One area of focus of the READY Commitment is fostering better health for Canadians. By supporting innovative research, solutions, and technology that create more equitable health outcomes for all. And that's why we're pleased to present the Spotlight on Achievement Award, the Early Career Award, and the Environmental Health Award. On behalf of TD Insurance, congratulations to this year's award recipients on their outstanding achievements, and thank you again to all the family physicians for making a tremendous difference in the lives of the people and the families you support and care for.
The next award this evening is the Mimi Davinsky Award for History and Narrative in Family Medicine. The award was named in memory of Dr. Mimi Davinsky, who was an early leader in narrative medicine in Canada. This award recognizes the best narrative account of experiences in family medicine, which highlight what it means to be a family physician and of the contributions of family medicine to healthcare and life in Canada. This year's recipient of the Mimi Davinsky Award for History and Narrative in Family Medicine is Dr. Peter Newman. Félicitations. Dr. Peter Newman has been practicing medicine in North York for over 40 years. As an assistant professor in the Department of Family Medicine at the University of Toronto, Dr. Newman is helping the next generation of family physicians grow into compassionate, community-minded leaders. He has received many awards for his work, including the Community Teacher of the Year Award from the Ontario College of Family Physicians, the Ontario Medical Association's prestigious President's Award, and the International Development Research Award from the University of Toronto. His articles and short stories focus on what it means to be a family doctor. His story, The Question, is a thoughtful depiction of the complex relationship between a doctor and his patient.
The Question. I did some terrible things. Werner fidgeted with his sleeve. I was in the Hitler Youth, he continued. Then, during the war, I was a soldier in the Wehrmacht, the German army. I froze. He was a new patient, and before taking a full medical history, I just said, "Tell me something about yourself, a bit about your life story." It was just an opening to start to get to know him, but he'd launched into this. He looked at me straightforwardly, unaware of the irony of choosing a doctor who had family members murdered in the Holocaust. I tried to concentrate on what he was saying, something about pain in his upper arm, a pinched nerve in his neck. He looked at me bitterly. The pain is terrible, he said. It never goes away. I looked back at him. Just a tired old man, I thought. But when I examined his upper arm, the image of a Nazi armband intruded there, red, with a black swastika. I worked to snap myself out of it. I needed to focus on his complaints. Over the next months, Werner returned to see me for various problems, psoriasis, an irregular heart rhythm, a stomach ulcer. It continued to be hard to shunt my thoughts aside. As he talked to me during those visits, I felt distant and distracted. I'd wonder about the terrible things he'd been involved in, my mind filled with images. The starved, skeletal prisoners behind the barbed wire, the gas chambers. What had he carried out personally? I had been born during that war. What if I had been born in Europe? I'd read an account by a survivor describing German soldiers herding a group of Jewish civilians. She watched as a soldier ripped an infant from its mother's arms, tossed it into the air, and shot it as it fell, for sport. I too was a baby at that time. Werner would have been 22. At a visit for his neck arthritis, I watched him methodically straighten his cuffs, then fold his X-ray requisition so that the edges lined up perfectly. I wondered if he would have spared me. But I take on the care of whoever walks through my door. I can't choose whom I will treat. A doctor copes with all comers. At his next appointment, he was particularly agitated. "It's really terrible, doctor," he said in a strong German accent. "I have to get out of bed 6 or 7 times every night to pee." "That must be pretty unpleasant," I said. "No, it's not unpleasant," his voice roared. "It's bloody awful." His face was red with frustration. The angry blast brought an unbidden image that was scorched in my memory of a grainy black and white photograph I'd seen in high school of Nazi soldiers mowing down a line of civilians. They stood in front of the ditches they'd been forced to dig for their own graves. I wrestled the image out of my mind. "I'll check your prostate gland," I said. "That's the usual cause at your age." It was very enlarged, as expected, and an ultrasound confirmed he couldn't empty his bladder. I prescribed medication that helped a little, and eventually he had surgery. He was grateful, and he calmed down, but now and again his bad temper still flared, and he'd shout when he lost patience. In these moments, I saw his jaw clench and felt my own neck muscles tighten. On a visit for an eye problem, he took off his glasses so I could examine him. The frames were black, wide, old-fashioned. I stared for a moment, remembering a photo taken at the liberation of Auschwitz, the interior of a warehouse filled high with eyeglasses, colossal piles of them, thousands of pairs, efficiently removed from the children and adults before they were gassed. I blinked, took off my own glasses to examine his eyes. In all the visits we had together, Werner never spoke again about what he'd done during the war, and I fought the urge to ask him, for if my fears were confirmed, my situation would be impossible. I'd be torn between disgust and the need to be kind and caring. A decade after our first visit, I came into the examination room where Werner sat waiting for me. "Hi, Werner. Good to see you." I needed to force it a little, but I smiled as I would in greeting any other patient. He nodded, but avoided my eyes, didn't return the smile, started right into his complaints, frowning, recounting his symptoms in a bitter voice. There's hardly a point greeting him with a smile, I thought. He's too preoccupied with his ailments to respond, to connect with me. The next time he came to my office, I tried a different opening. Sitting down, I leaned forward and looked intently into his eyes. "Hi, Werner. How are you doing?" I spoke those 4 words not as the usual casual formula, but with slow meaning. How are you doing? Feeling the separate weight of each word. This time, he looked back at me. "Pretty rotten, doctor." He paused, and his eyes misted a little. "I'm sorry to hear that," I said. To my surprise, he still looked at me, connecting now. "Miserable, actually," he said. I stayed leaning forward. "Can you tell me about it?" He looked down, swallowed, but then looked back up at me. "Go ahead, tell me," I said. I'm listening. "It's about Penny, my nephew's daughter. She has a bad kind of leukemia, very bad. She's only 7. He choked up. "She's starting chemotherapy." From then on, Werner often spoke to me of his worries about Penny. He cared about his loved ones. He'd never married, but he was very attached to his brother's family, and I came to see him as human and vulnerable. In his old age, Werner softened, and I became more relaxed around him. Most of the time I could keep that Nazi armband image out of the way. Through the 26 years I looked after him, he was a faithful and cooperative patient. I worked to treat him no differently than anyone else. Those images still resurfaced sometimes, but it felt good to keep him well. Werner died peacefully at 96. Normally, if I've cared for a patient for 26 years, I feel a sense of loss, of sorrow when he dies. Yet, when Werner slipped away, I felt only a tinge of sadness. Was it because he lived to 96 and relatively good health? Or because when he died, I recalled what I had wondered when we first met? If he had come across me then, would he have spared me? Or would he have followed orders? He would never have imagined then that someone like me might grow up to be his doctor, a person who would say, "Tell me about yourself and about your life." And what were those terrible things he might have done? I didn't want to find out, take the chance, be pulled away from the care and connection I owed him. Better for a doctor not to know. Sometimes the living, too, need to rest in peace.
Thank you so much, Dr. Newman, for a very compelling and wonderful story. And congratulations again on your award. Félicitations. None of these awards would be possible without the generous contribution of our donors. Thank you again to everyone who supported these awards of excellence with their donations. FAFM-funded programs help to build resilience, adaptiveness, and collaboration, and also inspire the establishment of productive partnerships. Without the support of your donations and philanthropic support from our generous partners at Scotiabank MD Financial, the FAFM launched a new leadership grant this year to help build capacity in marginalized communities. Thank you also to members of the FAFM and CFPC boards and the college's Honors and Awards Committee and the adjudicators who selflessly devote countless hours and energy to ensuring the program's success. We are grateful to each of you for being champions of family medicine. Merci beaucoup.
I'm now going to introduce a new award. The Racialized Communities Leadership Grant in Family Medicine is a new initiative of the FAFM, established this year with the financial support of Scotiabank MD Financial Management. This grant was conceived as a first step to support family physicians in their efforts to enhance the delivery of primary care in racialized communities. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that our friends at Scotiabank and MD Financial have pledged their support of this award for the next 10 years for a total additional commitment of $100,000. On behalf of the Foundation, thank you for your generosity. Les récipiendaires de la subvention de leadership pour les communautés racisées doivent démontrer leur compréhension des diverses expériences des groupes marginalisés et soumettre un projet qu'ils ont conçu pour aider à faire progresser la discipline de la médecine de famille vers une réelle équité en santé. The first recipient of the Racialized Communities Leadership Grant in Family Medicine is Dr. Mukheram Ali Zaidi. Congratulations. Le premier récipiendaire de la subvention pour le leadership dans les communautés racisées en médecine de famille est le Dr. Mukheram Ali Zaidi. Félicitations. I need to add that the support for the project is $10,000 per year. Dr. Mukhram Ali Zaidi is a family physician, teacher, and patient advocate. He founded Think for Actions in 2013, which is a national not-for-profit think tank focused on the professional development of youth interested in research and community affairs. He is currently working together with colleagues on a project that seeks greater understanding of the challenges refugees and immigrants face when accessing healthcare in Canada. Dr. Zaidi obtained his Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery from the Dow University of Health Sciences in Karachi, Pakistan. He completed a Master of Science in Epidemiology from the University of Toronto, a graduate certificate in Population Health Risk Assessment and Management from the University of Ottawa, and the Family Medicine Residency Program at the Northern Ontario School of Medicine.
My name is Dr. Makaram Ali Zaidi. I worked at Signature Medical Center. I've been working there for the last 2.5 years. I graduated medical school from 1996 and I did my residency in family medicine in 2008. And since I'm working as a family physician. I'm grateful to my peers and colleagues that have recognized my work, in my research and my advocacy for my patients. It's an honor to receive this award. I believe being a family physician is a privilege. One of the most important aspects of my work and my contribution is the trust and connection I have with my family, with my patients. At times, we treat generations of same family, so we understand their medical condition, their family dynamics, their psychosocial condition. So we are not just treating a patient; we are treating the patient holistically. And I think that having that trust with the patient allows us to connect as family doctors and have a strong relationship in which the patient trusts that what we are talking. And when we advise the patient on which antibiotics or a course of action for their medical disease would be one of the best options, we have their trust. I would like to thank this group of students that I work with. At Think for Actions, at this time we have 50 students who are working with us and a few professors as well. I would like to thank Dr. Amir Jamal, Dr. Shirley Steinberg, as Dr. Naveed Sayed, Dr. Abdurrahman as professors who are working with me in my multiple different research projects, and all my students who really are helping me with my 6 different research projects to do this research.
Good evening. On behalf of Scotiabank and MD Financial Management, I'm honored to congratulate Dr. Mukheram Ali Zaidi, the very first recipient of the Racialized Community Leadership Grant in Family Medicine. Access to care is a fundamental right that no one should be denied, regardless of their race, ethnicity, or country of origin. However, the disproportionate impact of the pandemic on racialized community has brought into sharper focus what too many have experienced for too long, racial health disparities. Cette nouvelle subvention contribuera à une plus grande équité dans l'administration des soins en médecine familiale. La sensibilisation du Dr Zaidi aux obstacles que doivent surmonter immigrants et réfugiés, sa compréhension de sa communauté, à laquelle il s'identifie et son travail pour accroître l'égalité d'accès aux soins illustrent parfaitement les motifs qui ont mené à la création de cette subvention. His research on access of refugee and immigrants to primary health care speaks to his commitment to racialized communities. Dr. Zaidi, please know that you have allies in MD and Scotiabank. Congratulations again. You're setting the bar high for future recipients of this grant. I wish you every success in your future endeavors.
Our next award is named in honor of Dr. Cal Gutken. As the Executive Director and CEO of the CFPC from 1996 to 2012, Dr. Gutken distinguished himself as a dynamic leader with a clear vision for family medicine in Canada, embracing innovation and the ability to build effective relationships with national and international organizations to positively influence the ever-changing roles of family physicians and family medicine in Canada. The Calvin L. Gutken Family Medicine Ambassador Award recognizes these very qualities in a family physician. We are proud to present this award tonight, thanks to the Foundation for Advancing Family Medicine.
Bonsoir. C'est un plaisir d'être ici avec tout le monde ce soir. J'étais le directeur général de notre collège de 1996 à 2012. Since the College of Family Physicians of Canada established this award in my name in 2013, I've had the distinct pleasure of congratulating 7 different recipients who are amongst the most dynamic leaders in Canadian family medicine. The qualities they share center on the profound understanding of the power of collaboration as a positive influence on the ever-changing role of the family physician and on family medicine in Canada. They have distinguished themselves for their vision, strong communication skills, and effective relationship building with national and international organizations and working groups. The 2021 recipient of the Calvin L. Gutken Family Medicine Ambassador Award deservedly belongs to this group of family medicine leaders who have preceded her. It is my pleasure to congratulate Dr. Darlene Kitty of Cfpc, Quebec. Félicitations, Darlene.
Dr. Darlene Kitty is an Indigenous leader and family physician in Cfpc, Quebec. She serves as the director of the Aboriginal program within the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Ottawa. She is a former president of the Indigenous Physicians Association of Canada and a current president of the Council of Physicians, Dentists, and Pharmacists for the Cfpc region. She is also the chair of the CFPC's Indigenous Committee. Dr. Kitty's work to strengthen Indigenous health at home and in the Cree community at large, and her support to Indigenous students in becoming physicians are remarkable contributions to family medicine. Dr. Kitty obtained her medical degree from the University of Ottawa and completed family medicine residency and emergency medicine training in Northeastern Ontario.
Hi, my name is Darlene Kitty. I'm Cree and a family physician working in my community in Cfpc in Northern Quebec. I've worked for the Cree Board of Health and Social Services for 15 years now. I'm humbly honored to be nominated for this award. I appreciate that my colleagues, my provincial chapter and community leaders have recognized my efforts over the years. I've been very motivated to help the Cree population achieve better health, and along with that, helping to teach cultural safe care to my colleagues and our partners in the Cree communities. I feel my most important contribution to family medicine is sharing my knowledge of Indigenous health and prompting those that I work with to learn about culturally safe care and advocacy. I think it's very important in helping Indigenous people to achieve a certain level of knowledge and expertise to give that high level quality care. Since the pandemic started, our medical team and other health professionals have really stepped up to the plate. Here in the Cree territory, we've had to adjust our practices and really take on new roles to achieve such great success in keeping relatively low number of cases, and also support the families whose family member may have COVID. It's really been challenging, although we've been happy to do what we need to. And since then, we've really been quite successful. And we hope to carry this on as the pandemic slows down. I'm very honored to receive this award, and I'd really like to send some special thanks in Cree, Chumskumden, to my fellow colleagues in Chisasibi and the Cree territory. Our physicians work very hard and they support the work I do. I'd also like to thank the members of the Indigenous Health Committee who walk with me to advocate and carry on our activities for the College of Family Physicians. And I'd also like to thank the administration of the College of Family Physicians, particularly Dr. Francine Lemire, for supporting our causes and all our efforts in doing so. Miigwech.
Congratulations, Dr. Kitty. You are an incredible ambassador for family medicine. The Jean-Pierre De Pan Award is named after the CFPC president from 1995 to 1996, who was also chair of the board of the Research and Education Foundation, the precursor to the current Foundation for Advancing Family Medicine. The Jean-Pierre De Pan Award honors a CFPC family physician who is an outstanding advocate and public spokesperson for family medicine, family physicians, and patients. Tonight, we confer this award to a giant of family medicine who left us suddenly and far too early. We are deeply honored to present the Jean-Pierre De Pan Award to our friend, Dr. David Gass. Throughout his career, Dr. David Gass worked tirelessly to build and shape family medicine and healthcare for the benefit of all. He was a pillar of the Faculty of Medicine at Dalhousie University, serving most recently as professor and interim department head. Dr. Gass served as physician advisor in the Nova Scotia Department of Health and Wellness and as the chief of medicine at Cumberland Health Authority in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It was during that time that he led the policy development and implementation of the Primary Healthcare Transition Fund for Nova Scotia to support provincial healthcare renewal. When we think about community adaptiveness in family medicine, maybe many of us think of Dr. Gass. He lived the values of family medicine, and his legacy as an exemplary role model of the compassionate family physician, thoughtful educator, and determined advocate will endure in many hearts and many communities.
My name is Catherine Chervin. I am the Vice Dean Academic at the Northern Ontario School of Medicine. I'm David Gass's partner. We've been together since 1995, and before that I was David's colleague. I am honored to be accepting this posthumous award, the Jean-Pierre De Pan Award, on behalf of David. Throughout his career, Dr. David Gass worked tirelessly to build and shape family medicine and healthcare for the benefit of all. He championed strong, research-based primary care and interdisciplinary healthcare to best serve a whole population. As a leader and clinical teacher, David was a pillar of the Faculty of Medicine at Dalhousie University, serving most recently as professor and interim department head. He led and taught through understanding and gentle challenge. His motto, "When we tell a person something, we remove their chance to discover it themselves." Generations of new physicians benefited from his mentorship and wisdom. David's long, distinguished career included building primary care capacity throughout Nova Scotia. He served as the physician advisor in the Nova Scotia Department of Health and Wellness from 2011 to 2017, and as chief of staff at Cumberland Health Authority from 2008 to 2010. And it was during this time that he led the policy development and implementation of the Primary Healthcare Transition Fund for Nova Scotia to support healthcare renewal in the province. On Friday, March 19th, 2021, David died from injuries sustained from a pedestrian vehicle accident. Throughout his life, David lived the values of family medicine, and his legacy as an exemplary role model of the compassionate family physician, thoughtful educator, and determined advocate will endure in many hearts and many communities.
Thank you, Kathy, for this moving tribute. And thank you once again for your incredible contributions as our president this past year. Le titre de membre honoraire au Collège des médecins de famille du Canada est conféré à des individus qui ne sont pas médecins de famille au Canada. Cet honneur reconnaît les contributions spéciales que d'autres médecins ou membres du public ont faites pour supporter la discipline de la médecine de famille, la profession médicale ou la santé et bien-être des Canadiens, Canadiennes ou à l'échelle mondiale. This year, we're very pleased that two well-deserved honorary memberships will be conferred to Dr. Shelley Ross and Dr. Craig Campbell at the 2021 convocation ceremony. Cette année, nous sommes ravis que lors de la cérémonie de la collation des grades, le titre de membre honoraire sera conféré à deux estimés collègues, Dr. Shelley Ross et le Dr. Craig Campbell. Dr. Shelley Ross is passionate about medical education, teaching, and research. As president of the Canadian Association of Medical Education, Dr. Ross works with medical educators to promote, advance, and recognize excellence in medical education in Canada. She is a professor in the Department of Family Medicine at the University of Alberta and leads the department's education strategic planning team. She also serves as the academic director, teaching and learning strategic planning initiatives for the Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry. After completing a master's in learning and development, Dr. Ross earned her PhD in measurement and evaluation from the Department of Educational Psychology and Leadership Studies at the University of Victoria. Dr. Craig Campbell is a specialist in internal medicine and an international leader in continuing professional development. He is Associate Professor of Medicine and the Director Curriculum for the MD program in the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Ottawa. In his former roles as Executive Director, Office of Professional Affairs, and Principal Senior Advisor in Competency-Based Continuing Professional Development at the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Canada, Dr. Campbell spearheaded the development of lifelong learning and work-based assessment strategies aligned to a physician's discipline and scope of practice. He has served as a guest committee member of the CFPC's National Committee on Continuing Professional Development and supported the review and update of the CFPC's Professional Development Program. Dr. Campbell earned his medical degree from the University of Manitoba.
Congratulations to our new honorary members and welcome to the CFPC. The next award, the W. Victor Johnson Award, honors Dr. Johnson, the CFPC's first executive director from 1954 to 1964. This award recognizes a renowned Canadian or international family medicine leader for continuous and enduring contributions to the specialty of family medicine in Canada or abroad. We are very pleased to announce that the 2021 W. Victor Johnson Award will be presented to Dr. Jane Philpott at the 2021 convocation. Dr. Jane Philpott has dedicated her career to public service and to supporting the health and well-being of Canadians. She is Dean of the Queen's University Faculty of Health Sciences and Director of the School of Medicine. For 17 years, Dr. Philpott practiced family medicine in Stouffville, Ontario, before shifting to federal politics from 2015 to 2019, where she served as the Minister of Health and Minister of Indigenous Services, among other roles. Early in her career, Dr. Philpott worked in West Africa, providing clinical care to patients and training community health care workers. Dr. Philpott obtained her medical degree from the University of Western Ontario and completed her residency in family medicine at the University of Ottawa. She later earned a Master's of Public Health from the Dalai Lama School of Public Health at the University of Toronto.
Congratulations, Dr. Philpott. Your contributions to public service and to this country are truly inspirational. We are thrilled to see the donations coming in tonight. Thank you for all your generous donations so far. We encourage you to keep them coming in so we can continue to support innovation and leadership in family medicine for years to come. Check the chat for a link to the website.
And finally, we will close the event by presenting the Reg L. Perkin Award to the 2021 Family Physicians of the Year. Et enfin, nous allons clôturer cette soirée avec la présentation du prix Reg L. Perkin au médecin de famille de l'année de 2021. Le Dr. Reg Perkin a été chef de la direction du CMFC de 1985 à 1996. Auparavant, il pratiquait cliniquement comme médecin de famille et fut connu comme un champion du généralisme et de l'approche centrée sur la personne. Dr. Perkin exemplified what it means to be a family doctor by providing exceptional care to patients and contributing to the health and well-being of their communities. As the founding chair of the University of Toronto's Department of Family Medicine and Community Medicine in 1969, he also helped pave the way for many generations of family physicians. Tonight's recipients were nominated by colleagues and peers because, like Dr. Perkin, they all exemplify the outstanding skill, knowledge, and dedication of family physicians. Tonight is our opportunity to applaud the minds, actions, and hearts of our colleagues. It is our collective way of saying, thank you for the impact of your work and for inspiring us to be the very best we can be. We're deeply grateful for the commitment of Scotiabank and MD Financial Management for helping us acknowledge excellence in family medicine and inspire future generations of family physicians in Canada. I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Reg Perkin, who will share a few words before meeting this year's recipients of the Family Physicians of the Year. C'est un honneur pour moi que de présenter le prix Dr. Reg Perkin, qui va prononcer quelques mots avant la présentation des récipiendaires du prix des médecins de famille de l'année.
Warm hello to all 10 Family Physicians of the Year winners for 2021. First, I wish to share with you the history of this award. The Family Physician of the Year Award was established in 1972. Initially, there was one award each year for all of Canada. In 1996, when I was retiring as the executive director of the College of Family Physicians of Canada, the college attached my name to this award. And this year marks the 26th year that I have been privileged to take part in the presentation of the Family Physician of the Year Award. In 2002, the 30th anniversary of the award, it was decided to give the award to 10 recipients each year, one from each of the 10 Canadian provinces. This made my participation in presenting the award even more interesting. I've enjoyed the feedback from many of you in response to my email message sent to you each year in October. Since switching to emails, I've had far more responses from you than I previously received from letters. Makes sense. It's a lot easier for you and for me. Year after year, I'm impressed by what each of you winners has done and is doing in the community in which you live and work. You provide exceptional care to your patients in a way that exemplifies the values and impact of patient-focused family medicine. You serve your community in many ways and frequently are involved in teaching or research or serving on committees, and sometimes in all three of these important activities. Almost without exception, Family Physicians of the Year in one way or another are influencing the training of the young family doctors who will follow them. It is with great pleasure and pride that I now introduce Canada's 10 Family Physicians of the Year for 2021. Thank you.
From British Columbia, Dr. Joshua Gregan. From Alberta, Dr. Carrie Treherne. From Saskatchewan, Dr. Meredith McCaig. From Manitoba, Dr. Christine Buchel. From Ontario, Dr. Barbara Zelek. Du Québec, Dr. Mario Dubuc. From New Brunswick, Dr. Gordon Holloway. From Nova Scotia, Dr. Joan Sala. From Prince Edward Island, Dr. Bernard Holland. From Newfoundland and Labrador, Dr. Wendy Graham. Congratulations to all the winners of the 2021 Family Physicians of the Year. Félicitations. And now let's hear from the 10 recipients.
I'm Dr. Josh Gregan. I'm a family physician in Hope in the Fraser Canyon over the last 16 years.
My name's Carrie Treherne. I'm a family physician in Calgary.
My name's Meredith McCaig. I've been in family practice since 1996.
My name is Christine Buchel. I'm a family physician in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
My name is Barb Zelek, and I'm a rural generalist family physician in practice for 21 years, and 20 of those have been in Marathon, Ontario.
Mon nom, c'est Mario Dubuc. Je pratique la médecine de famille à Sherbrooke depuis 1981, donc ça fait 40 ans.
My name's Gordon Holloway. I've been practicing family medicine for 34 years now.
I'm Joan Sala. I work in North Sydney, which is a small town in Cape Breton.
My name is Dr. Bernie Holland. I'm a family practitioner in Montague, Prince Edward Island.
Wendy Graham. I'm a family doctor in Port aux Basques, Newfoundland and Labrador. I've been here in this community with a family practice and a hospital practice for the past 22 years.
I see my most important contribution to family medicine is really around the collaborative effort. Over the years, I've been privileged to work in a small community, in a rural community, and I've been privileged to then work and reach out to some of our Indigenous communities. And so the opportunity to sit shoulder to shoulder, side by side, has given me an impact that I believe has made a difference for people in my community.
Really getting to know my patients over time and learning about their family structures, their social circumstances, their cultural and spiritual beliefs, and also really learning from the community allows the opportunity to provide patient-centered and holistic care. And this is where I hope I've been able to make a contribution.
La contribution la plus importante, c'était mon implication au niveau du développement de services dans les soins palliatifs de la région de Sherbrooke. C'est ça qui a été probablement la partie la plus marquante de ma pratique. J'ai eu une pratique de médecine de famille pour une clientèle de 0-100 ans en bureau, c'est-à-dire en cabinet, en maintien à domicile.
Some of the patients, that were infants when I started are now having babies of their own, so it's nice to see the continuity of care that way. I have also had patients that I've known for years that have passed away, and I've been asked to be a pallbearer at their funeral, for instance.
But honestly, I think, still in all, with us family doctors, the most important thing we do is be good doctors to our patients.
I came back to do some work with our public health department, a few residents and a large group of medical students who were giving their time to help with the public health contact tracing effort at the start of the pandemic. And so I had a role in helping to coordinate that with the medical students.
I think while it's been the busiest time of our career, it's been a time to sort of pause and reflect and think while we're trying to advocate for patients and hold up the system and meet all the needs of our patients and change our practices as our patients change and our communities change, that it's really taught us that we have to look after ourselves and one another.
And being a trusted resource for my patients during this time has really been rewarding.
But I think one of the gems that has really emerged from this is the realization of how that family physician-patient relationship is really uniquely adapted to deal with unique and emergent situations like this. You know, it's only when you have that long-standing, meaningful relationship with someone that you can tackle difficult topics like vaccine hesitancy or compliance with health measures or fear of the unknown.
I think what I would like to interpret from this award is that what we're doing in Calgary, trying to help the homeless population, using COVID-19 as an avenue to improve housing, manage addictions and health conditions. I think receiving this award, I want to interpret that we recognize that that's a value, something that hopefully we can continue to work on post-COVID.
Really honored to be nominated and recognized by my peers. When I think about this stage in my career, a lot of my peers and my colleagues are people that I've been involved with in their training and have seen them develop around me. So to me, it's especially meaningful and especially humbling to be nominated by those people that I've been so involved with throughout their career.
And so to be recognized and acknowledged for this, in particular for my community involvement, really is an honor.
I was nominated by Dr. David Gass, which I think most physicians in Nova Scotia will recognize as a titan of family medicine here. Dr. Gass, as I think, again, many Nova Scotians will know, died after being struck in a crosswalk while walking in Halifax, and that happened probably about a month before I even knew about my nomination. So when I heard about it, I was very sad, and then since then I just feel enormously sad that I'm not able to thank him or even ask him what the heck he was thinking.
It's quite an honor. I never expected to get this honor. I got a call from our chapter president back in sometime in the spring, and I didn't know if maybe I was in trouble or something, but it was a very pleasant call, quite a surprise. I never expected it, but it is quite an honor, something that I'll cherish forever.
Well, I'm a huge fan of family medicine, obviously. I think it allows such a great opportunity for providing longitudinal care to individuals and to communities over time, which just is so rewarding.
I think I have to use a kind of cliche I used to use in talking to patients about breastfeeding, in that it's one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life, but it's one of the most rewarding and best things I've ever done.
Do it and start rural would be my advice.
If you love doing something that will keep you learning every day and give you lots of flexibility, lots of versatility, and lots of opportunity to contribute, then family medicine is the career for you.
L'autre chose, c'est que moi, ce que je pourrais souhaiter aux jeunes médecins qui commencent, c'est d'avoir la chance de croiser la route de personnes inspirantes. Moi, c'est ce qui a fait de moi le médecin que je suis devenu. J'ai été chanceux, j'ai croisé la route de personnes inspirantes, de personnes exceptionnelles qui m'ont initié aux soins palliatifs et qui m'ont donné la piqûre des soins palliatifs, puis qui ont fait en sorte que j'ai eu une carrière très, très riche là.
That family practice is the best job in the whole world, that you have the privilege and the opportunity to be there for birth and for death and for decisions around treatment, to save lives, to cure disease. And one of our mantras a few years ago, as inevitably when you work emergency medicine, things happen, you get to solve crime. And so our mantra for Fraser Canyon Hospital for many years was family physicians working together with acute care nurses to save lives, cure disease, and solve crime.
And now a word from our generous sponsors, Scotiabank and MD Financial.
Bonjour à tous. It's certainly been an incredibly challenging 20 months. But through it all, you've continued to deliver high standards of care to your patients, and you've had immeasurable impact on the well-being of communities and individuals across Canada. For that, I'd like to thank every single one of you and the family members who support you and enable you to do what you do. As a family physician, you occupy a very special place in our communities. Vous êtes souvent en première ligne lorsqu'on s'interroge sur sa santé et qu'on est à la recherche de réponses. Votre travail influe sur tous les aspects de la vie de vos patients qui viennent de toutes sortes de milieux. Cette année, les 10 lauréats du prix de médecine famille de l'année ont fait preuve d'excellence et leur contribution à la médecine familiale a dépassé toutes les attentes. I know that striving for and achieving excellence has been no easy task in the face of the demands that the pandemic has put on family physicians for months on end. As educators and role models, you're paving the way for future generations of physicians, like my daughter, who's a fourth-year medical student. As advocates and confidants for some of our most underserved and vulnerable populations, you're vital to the protection and enhancement of the well-being of our communities. I'm humbled and inspired by your accomplishment and by the diversity of your perspectives and talents. Au nom de la Banque Scotia et de Gestion financière MD, je tiens à vous féliciter et à vous remercier sincèrement. Je vous souhaite du succès dans tout ce que vous entreprendrez pour continuer à favoriser la santé. Merci.
Congratulations to tonight's award winners. It is always so inspiring to meet Canada's Family Physicians of the Year. Félicitations. The unique challenges of the past 18 months remind us not only of the immense value of family physicians in providing care, but also of the community of family medicine's constant drive to enhance services and achieve the best possible outcomes for patients. This year, like every year, our Family Physicians of the Year exemplify excellence in practice, extraordinary commitment to patient communities, and outstanding leadership qualities. Starting this year, we are creating an opportunity for these and other recognized leaders in family medicine to contribute to advancing the strategic priorities of the college through the work of the FAFM. We have established a new donor community comprised of family medicine leaders, appropriately called Trailblazers. Every year, award winners will be invited to join the Trailblazers community to bring their voices, vision, experience, and donor commitment to advancing strategic projects in family medicine. Trailblazers will select, support, and advise on a specific initiative amongst the strategic priorities of the Foundation and the CFPC. These could be grants or programs to advance practice-based research, educational opportunities for new graduates, projects to address inequities in access to healthcare, or new educational fellowships. We are grateful for the generous patronage of Dr. Reg Perkin in the inaugural year of the Trailblazers program, and we look forward to sharing more details about this exciting new community in the coming months. I am also thrilled to announce that tonight we have raised $7,900 for a total of $61,700 toward the $100,000 end of year campaign. Thank you all for your generosity. Merci beaucoup. Your dedication and passion for bettering the health of people across Canada inspires me and all of us. I am proud that so many of my physician colleagues are making such generous contributions to the future of family medicine. Merci beaucoup. The Foundation for Advancing Family Medicine is proud to support you, the family physicians of today and tomorrow, in your primary care practice, research, and teaching. The end of year campaign will remain open to receive your donations until December 31st, 2021. please visit the secure donation page on your FAFM website or follow the link in the chat. And thank you all so much.
Congratulations once again to all of our recipients. Félicitations. In closing, on behalf of the College of Family Physicians of Canada and the Foundation for Advancing Family Medicine, a huge congratulations to all of the recipients honored this evening. Thank you for all you do to provide responsive, quality care for the people of Canada. Pour terminer, au nom du Collège des médecins de famille du Canada et de la Fondation pour l'avancement de la médecine familiale, je félicite chaleureusement toutes les personnes auxquelles nous avons rendu hommage ici ce soir. Je remercie également chacun de vous pour les soins de grande qualité, adaptés aux besoins de vos patients que vous offrez à toute la population canadienne. Please join us tomorrow morning at 9:55 a.m. Eastern for an interactive panel discussion with public health officials from across Canada. They will share their experience, progress, and challenges of the pandemic. It promises to be a dynamic session. We wish everyone a good night, and thank you again for joining us to celebrate family medicine.